And the river still shines and shimmers in the light as it did in our grandfather's day, when they rode all night to fish in the morning and lived in Willapa Bay.
Stand. So our next performer is one of Astoria's own, and he's hard to be missed, Dan Kaiser.
Oh, it's good to be back here in Astoria, Oregon, where I was born and raised. Now, it's a little farther than last night, but I could truly throw a rock into the river where I earned my first commercial fishing dollar, gill netting with my uncle Jack Marinkovich, a true legend in the industry. An individual not so concerned about his short-term gains, but more concerned about the longevity of the industry for those to come. Now, although I did earn my first commercial fishing dollar out here on the Columbia River, I truly cut my teeth in the Bering Sea. In 1991, I went to the Bering Sea on a little boat called the Maverick. Now, I had no idea what I was in for. This was not gill netting on the Columbia River. Now, being a deckhand on a Bering Sea crab boat, you are considered an independent contractor. You are given a share of that boat's adjusted gross earnings after fuel and bait and expenses are taken off the top. 30% is a common share for the deck. So if you've got 6 guys out there, split it up equally, you all get 5. You got 5 guys, you get 6, so on and so forth. So the men you had on deck truly determined not only the amount of money you could make by the amount of gear you could haul, but if you had 4 good men on deck, you could do the work of 5 or 6. Now, I've always been a knuckle dragger in the industry. I've fished for just about everything from the Bering Sea all the way to Bodega Bay, California, and just about everywhere in between. But I was a deckhand on a Bering Sea crab boat for 15 winters. Now, this is my very first piece, Boots on Deck, because the men on deck truly are the ones that risk the most. Who are the men who risk the most? They wander the deck, much like a ghost. The boots they wear are just like them, extra tough in the ice and the wind. We work the deck and haul the gear. When the crabs are thick, we root, we cheer. The days are short and the nights are long. Through freezing spray and sleepless nights, through the pain and exhaustion, you must keep up the fight. The deckhand, he dances to his own special song. A dime a dozen, some captains say. My gear, my boat, we do things my way. A good crew can be hard to find, and a good captain knows where to draw the line. Can you haul them faster? He yells from upstairs. Well, I've never seen a pot hauled from that bastard's chair. The deckhand's life, I know it well. No place for man, a frozen hell. The ocean spits out a broken bunch. 5-star hotels and high-end scotch. Come noon the next day, you can't afford lunch. We save for tomorrow, we fish for today. The pots keep on coming. There are bugs on the run. Stuffing the hold, we never had so much fun. More crab in the tank means more cash in the bank. You must have a reason for choosing this life. So far from our family and all those we love. The family at home, they wait by the phone. When will Daddy call? When will he be home? The season has been so long, we don't have much left, our energy gone. One thing you know for sure, your brothers have your back, standing at the rail or high up on the stack. And when all is said and done, and the gear is on the beach, you feel it deep inside. home is within reach. One of the guys I used to fish for, old Buford, one of his favorite things to yell from the wheelhouse was, "I've been to 3 World's Fairs and I've seen wild goats humping, but I have never seen the likes of you, son." Yes, how many times I've heard that. I didn't have to write that one down. Now, fishing inspires dreams that, no matter how far-fetched, truly seem possible. Now, some within the industry, they dream of moving up, getting and owning their own boat one day. Some others dream of someday getting out. Now, I was definitely of the latter. And yeah, I never did quite make it. But I truly was always working towards finding some sense of peace on dry land. But I tell you, we used to leave for the Bering Sea in September. We'd had a king crab fishery around the Pribilof Islands, and we'd go barradite fishing, king crab fishing, and then the true test would be the Opelio season, which back in the early 90s would last 3, 4, 5 months and even longer. But once again, and I have found a little bit of peace on dry land today, thank goodness. But that's my next piece. Peace on dry land. And I do like to remind folks, it takes a lot of liquor to wash away the Bering Sea. Although I was born right here on dry land, I cannot find peace or work for my hands. From the first salmon I picked from the net to the last pot I slammed to the deck. The waters I work provide protection and peace. Yet the demons I leave at the dock in the light patiently wait for my return to dry land in the night. Sitting close by my shoulder as I take that first drink, the demons of dry land, now one on each side. Once back on the beach, there's a fight deep inside. The attitude it takes to survive on the sea doesn't serve me well on dry land with the trees. Pour me a double, I know what I need. A Disneyland dad was the best I could do. The struggles inside send priorities askew. The shorter the stay, the less damage done. This stay on dry land can be so much fun, yet what is that thing that sends things awry? It could be the liquor, or maybe just too much salt on my fries. Depends who you ask, but I'm not a bad dude. A fight in the bar, another black eye. But back on the ocean, I'm a hell of a guy. Pull the chains off and let the pots fly. These 30-foot seas make me feel safe deep inside. It's the demons of dry land that give me such fright. Yet home's what I fight for, and why I work so damn hard. My days on the deck have now come to an end. I search for adventure to fill the void in my life. The demons of dry land still close by my side. It's time once again to give dry land a crack. Don't go so crazy and cut life some slack. The ocean can't save you. You're too old to go back. One thing's for sure, we never give up. Even when we fail, we get right back up. So even if it takes the rest of my life, I will search for peace on dry land until the day that I die. Now, the Bering Sea of the early 90s truly was the most dangerous industry on the planet. Now, if you can imagine, 1991, the Opelio quota is 300 million pounds. You've got 250 boats out there battling the elements to haul this crab in. Now, it was a modern day gold rush for a lot of young men. Men were rushing to Alaska with the dream of getting rich. But there was just one catch. There was a good chance you may very well die trying. Now, I kept a journal periodically throughout my fishing career. Did a lot of riding before the season and a lot of after. In between, you seemed to be so wore out, you couldn't get much on paper. Now this is January 15th, 2005, start of a Apelio season. Apelio season opened today with 6 men dying. The Big Valley went down with 6 men on board. Miraculously, 1 survived. Another boat, the Sultan, lost a man overboard. Fathers, sons, and brothers, may God be with you. There seems like so much could be written about this tragedy, yet it hits so close to home, I will probably push it aside until I am home and I am safe. We always live our days as if there is a tomorrow, but for some, tomorrow will never come. Now my next piece, thank you. And that is my next piece, Bering Sea Strong. And it means so much more than just the physical strength of an individual to work in those extreme elements. It's a strength deep inside that lives deep inside every one of us. When life has pushed you to the edge and you somehow have to find the strength to move forward. They are the beasts that roam out west. Now, the Bering Sea is really more west than north from where we are here today. Tougher and stronger than all the rest. As the ice appears and the nights wear on, this life, it plays a wicked song. So much more than just a physical test. It's a will to survive and be your best. Of all the men who ride these waves, there is one stat we all look at. Some of these men are not coming back. Every year we ring the bell. We close our eyes as they begin to swell. The children ask and wonder why. Why my father? Why, oh why? We never got to throw the ball, the hugs and kisses. We will miss them all. I have known the pain of losing friends. I have had my tears freeze for them. But there is one thing that you must do. Pull that next pot and pull on through. It's not always the sea that takes these men. Some of us, we're just lost deep within. We cannot find peace upon dry land, and the demons chase our idle hand. But for all those men, both here and gone, fair winds, smooth seas, forever on. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much for letting me be part of your Fisher Poets Weekend.
The fire burns bright in the farmhouse fireplace. Closing the logbook, you start to sing. Fishing boats are iced in, snow outside calls me. It's a red late afternoon, I hear a church bell ring.
To,
I love it. I love
YouTube.
Fisher Poets.
Okay. Wait, don't talk anymore. Let's make sure I got a microphone in front of you before you say anything. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us. I am so thrilled to have you right next to me. Please tell us your name, and I want to say what you would what would you say about your performances?
So I'm Ron McDaniel from Sulphur Springs, Arkansas, and if anybody's seen any more of these videos, they're going to be like, what doesn't belong? And that would be, I didn't come here as a Fisher poet. I came here 17 years ago, invited for just kind of a cross-cultural, and I thought I'd come here figuring out what are the differences between cowboys and fishermen. And I found out there aren't that many differences. There's a lot of similarities. So they've allowed me to come back every year. I'm somebody nobody's ever heard of. Fisher Poets is my weekend of fame, and I love to come recite poetry here with them. I have gone up to Setnet with John Broderick's crew in Bristol Bay to see what commercial fishing was like. And like one of his boys said, there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into every bite of salmon we eat, and I'll never forget that.
That's very profound. So how many performances you performed last night, right? And you're performing tonight. Where will you be tonight?
I'll be at the Columbian Theater tonight in the 9 o'clock hour, somewhere in there.
Okay, so that's right over
That's
there.
just right down the block here.
What would you like to tell folks to entice them to come and experience this festival?
So I've been here 17 years. I travel the whole country, and I'm stunned that people right here, even in this state of Oregon, don't know the most unique event they could possibly come to. And you get a button like this for $20 that lets you go to every venue all weekend long. And trust me, not that I know things about large cities, you can't even park to go to entertainment for $20, let alone go the whole weekend. So if you don't get to Astoria while you still can, you're missing one of the most unique events in America. I would highly recommend that you make a trip to Astoria the last weekend of February every year.
Thank you so much for your insight on that. And I know I'm going to kick myself later because I'm sure there are other questions I should be asking you. I just can't think of it while you're right in front of me. Maybe I'll catch you again later. And we'll catch your performance tonight.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, my pleasure.
Appreciate it.